First off, I want to go into how medication saved my life. Now this won't be the usual commentary, however, I do want to make a complete video on BPD. So I'm currently on something called Lamictal, and I'm also on something called Abilify. So I take Lamictal for mood swings. Now, with BPD, I'm faster to feel things, and it takes longer to process, while also being more intense. So the lows are lower and the highs are even higher, and the Lamictal kind of takes like 5% of the top and 5% of the bottom, which might not sound like a lot, but it kind of keeps me in check, I would say. Kind of makes me a functioning human being again, because it didn't used to be a problem, my mood swings, but like I saw too much in my life, and it kind of became a necessity, and I'm glad that I decided to choose to be medicated, because I know people in my personal life that just choose not to. The way I see it is, it just improves my life tremendously in so many ways. It helps in my interpersonal relationship. It helps with tackling BPD in so many ways. I'm so much more capable. The external could pretty much impact my internal a lot more than it can now. I don't want to say that I'm some impenetrable fortress of a monk or something like that. Like I'm not. I'm a human being, okay? Like I have my humanity just as you have. So let's not pretend that things don't affect you. Anyways, I want to talk about Abilify now. So Abilify is a antipsychotic derealization, which it's basically like this feeling of seeing the world through this lens where there's no emotions attached to anything. Everything feels foreign. Like my own apartment, for example. The people in my life might not even feel like they're people, if that makes sense. It kind of twists my reality in a way where it's similar to psychosis, but it's different. It falls under the spectrum of disassociation. It's still a alternate reality that you're experiencing, but yeah, you kind of just lose grip with reality. Now, Abilify just kind of brings me back. The day I got medication for it was the day I met my partner, which is it's a funny story, but it's also kind of interesting how life can turn out. So I'm in group therapy on Monday, right? By Wednesday, my own therapist has called me in because there's something wrong, she could tell. And so I go to this like acute appointment, and all of a sudden I explain what I'm dealing with, and they're like, okay, it might be like psychosis, we're not entirely sure. And ultimately I'm prescribed Abilify, and I took that, and it brought me back. It had been a week where I'd experienced like derealization to that extent, but it's interesting, like experiencing something for the first time, especially something like that. I wasn't even aware that I was experiencing it before somebody pointed it out, and now the way it comes up currently is just in times of extreme stress, I have a tendency to fall into these periods of derealization, and now I can just take Abilify and it fixes it immediately. It's a complete life changer, just the way Lamictal is. And as such, I want the main point of this video to be that no matter what you're struggling with, medication can change it, okay? This isn't to say I didn't have my fair experience of bad medication, so to speak, because I definitely had. I cannot take Abilify every single day. It makes me go insane in different ways, so to speak. I also was on something called Risperdal or something like that. I'll put it on screen because I can't remember the name of it. But that was like putting myself in psychosis by taking it, basically. That's how it felt. That's what I experienced when I was taking that. And so I finally landed on Lamictal and Abilify when needed, which is the perfect combo for me. And I hope this can be a message that inspires hope in you. I've never been on antidepressants, so I know nothing about those. I do want to say, be cautious when you're trying new medicine. Be authentic with your doctor or psychiatrist or whoever is prescribing medicine. You might get pushback when it doesn't work as intended from the professionals. For example, like my road with Lamictal was quite interesting. So I started on 25 milligrams and I eventually got up to 200. Now 200 was way too much for me. It meant I started having seizures and I was checked for epilepsy. There was nothing. So I basically got my brain scanned. I have pictures of it, pictures of my brain. It's cool. I'll probably use that as my thumbnail. Anyways, I've rambled on for too long. As you can feel by the end of this video, if you've stuck around, please leave a like and comment and subscribe. Yeah, thank you for watching. My point is that things can get better with medication. Your life can improve dramatically if you choose to get medicated. And it can be positive change and it can be negative change. So be cautious, but have belief that even if it fails the first time, try again. You have nothing to lose other than some time being on the wrong medication. Also, look at this fucking clip here, right? That was crazy. I loved that clip. When I hit that felt amazing. Anyways, thank you.